What is up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we are going to take a look at Zombieman. Alright, so Zombieman was the reason I went and downloaded One Punch Man in the first place. So I've been waiting for him since day 1. Pero I've been in a hiatus from the game for around 17 days because of Genshin Impact and Ragnarok. So I'm not quite sure about the changes so far, but before I left, I already had around 177 tickets, so I only needed 3 to go and get him now. So I'll insert a clip regarding my roles and I'll just fast forward through it. Got Zombieman. So there, so as you can see, I did not get him below 180 tickets. I only got him from the guaranteed event. So I really just recommend you guys to save up to 180 and don't really risk trying to get your limited SSR characters before 180 tickets. Alright, so let's move on to the other stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at his skills first. So his first skill, it's a single target attack that deals 120% attack damage. It has a 100% chance to inflict injury on the target for 2 rounds, and basically injury, it deals extra damage of 100% attack when you attack. For his ultimate, it's Vengeance Slash. It attacks a single target with 5 consecutive strikes for 240% attack, and in addition, it heals your team for HP equal to 100% attack as well. So he's a healer as well as a DPS. For his passive, Infinite Regeneration, so this is his Resurrect skill. So whenever he takes fatal damage, he deals extra damage of 60% attack to all the enemies and resurrects as long as a single ally of yours is still alive. So he resurrects to around 10% HP for his next action. So this can only trigger up until 4 times. Then for his core, it has a basic and advanced effect like all other cores. So basic effect is you basically gain energy as long as you have enemies that are injured or internally injured, or you have allies which have tenacity. So 2 energy, 1 trigger per round. And then for his advanced effect, it's sort of a heal every turn. So whenever your character acts, you restore 4% HP to all the other characters. This lasts for 2 rounds only. Also, it has another effect. So when there is an internal injury on the enemy, it increases your ult damage for 20%. The lineup requirements for the core to activate is basic effect. You need 1 duelist, which is Zombieman himself, as well as 2 grapplers. But for the advanced effect, you need 1 duelist, which is Zombieman, then 3 grapplers. So to build a team up with Zombieman as your core, you need a grappler heavy lineup. Alright, so now let's take a look at his perks. So for his perks, to get attack plus 10%, you need King and Super Alloyed Blackluster. For the self heal, which is another attack plus 10%, you need Boros and Melzigard. For an HP plus 10%, you need Melzigard. For another HP plus 10%, you need the Clone and Don Pacino. Then these, you just need to ascend your gear to 1 star. So crit damage plus 5% as well as block plus 5%. So far he doesn't have any costumes just yet, but on the China servers he does have a swimsuit costume, but not the swimsuit costume that you're thinking of. So I have him up to 3 stars. I used all my SSR shards on him, because once you get him to 3 stars, that's when you also unlock his character figure. So let's take a look at that just quickly. So this is his character figure, and I have another Zombieman next to me. Alright, so that's his character figure. Now let's take a look at his gear options. So for his gear, given the skills I mentioned earlier, you can either build him as a DPS or as a tank. So Zombieman isn't a tank in such a way that Carnage Kabuto is a tank. So he's a tank because he can survive up to 4 fatal damage. So So as long as you have characters in your back row that are alive, he can go ahead and tank the damage for them once he comes back to life. So knowing that, it does bring some merit that he can heal HP. So a suit gear set would be useful. He'd reflect some damage to the enemies, but he'd also heal. So this is a solid option for him if you want that. But if you have other tanks, which is very likely given that you're running a grappler heavy lineup, you can go and equip him with a primal gear set. So this one just focuses on the pure DPS, and yeah, so given that he is a single target character, this helps spread the damage to the character behind the enemy you're attacking. Alright, so as for the stats that you want on his gears, I'd say give him speed. Of course, speed is really important in PvP battles, but really just focus on pumping up his attack, because from his ultimate, it scales with attack, so the more attack you have, the more you'll be able to support your team with heals. But you could also place some HP stats here and there if you want to be able to survive more, given that he only resurrects up to 10% HP. But as soon as you resurrect, you go and use his ultimate, I'm sure he'll be able to heal a lot of HP. So yeah, attack really is the way to go for Zombieman. Okay? Alright, so now let's talk about the lineups that are good with Zombieman. So first, if you are going to use him as a core character, which is really recommended, go and place 3 grapplers which have either tenacity or injury onto your team. So top recommendations for grapplers that could be helpful for a Zombieman team are Carnage Kabuto, because of the injury that he applies through his ultimate, as well as just being a really good tank. He also reflects damage to his enemies. Beast King, which is basically the king of injury, he does a follow-up attack on all characters with injury, which could really help with the basic attack of Zombieman, so you could focus down on single target enemies. Deep Sea King has tenacity when his HP drops below 0, so he's a good choice as well. He also does some burst, really good burst damage once he goes down to a really low health percent. Another option would be this guy, Super Alloy Blackluster. He also deals injury on his ultimate, but he also applies a buff to the party, which makes the whole party tankier against ultimate attacks. You could also go with a Mai Mask, but he only deals an injury on monster or villain opponents. Well, Tank Top Master could be a good one as well, given that he gives tenacity to all other heroes in his row. So it's basically a mix and match between the grapplers if you want to focus on damage or on survivability. Alright, so as for the other 2 remaining slots, given that you are focusing on single target damage for most of your grappler and duelist, you could place 2 AoE focused characters. So Child Emperor and Golden Ball are good choices. You could also place Fubuki for an additional tenacity proc. If you have Hellish Tornado Tatsumaki, she is a great choice as well, but I don't have her, given that she deals bonus damage on injury afflicted opponents. So she's a really great choice, AoE plus injury procs. Ideally, you'd like Zombieman to do the first attack, so he can proc injury and gain extra energy for your team. So let's go and adjust that quickly. Alright, so I went ahead and adjusted the gears so that he'll be the first attacker. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so first attack, this is why you want him to be speed number 1. So you can immediately apply injury on the opponent and gain extra energy. So now you have 5 energy. So this opens up 2 ultimates for your team. This is his ultimate. So that was his ultimate, and it dealt pretty good damage, and it healed the rest of the team for an amount based on Zombieman's attack. Right, so as you can see, Zombieman died and just immediately went back to life again because it was the end of the turn, and it's his turn now. So if he dies early in the turn, he won't resurrect until his next turn. So you have to keep that in mind when you want to survive. So when you want to make your party survive. Okay? Again, trigger injury for the bonus energy. Alright, so here we are in a PvP setting, and let's see how it goes. Zombieman's almost dead. We get the heal from this one. And Zombieman dies. So we get energy due to deep seeking tenacity. You get another heal. Zombieman dies again. Zombieman lives again. That's 3 deaths. Let's see if he dies again. So he does die again. But then he comes back to life and kills Child Emperor, and we win that match. That's it for a look at Zombieman. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please leave a like. If you have any questions, please do leave comments. Share it to your friends who are curious about Zombieman as well, and subscribe to the channel if you want more gameplay videos on One Punch Man, Ragnarok Mobile, as well as Genshin Impact. I make videos for that as well. So till next time guys, see you, bye.